Hi guys, it's Barb from Barb's Country Creations. How is everybody doing today? I just popped on real quick before I gotta go get the kiddo at work. I'm gonna go ahead and do a wreath that I've been doing a lot lately. It's pretty easy and it's simple. So what I did was I took a 14-inch base that I get at the Dollar Tree. Alright, and then I put the pipe cleaners. Now these ones here, I just wrap around, so the outside too. And then what I do is I take them, once the pipe cleaners are there, I take them the length apart, okay? And then in the very first row up here, right here, I do them just on where the seams are. And then I put one in the middle of each section, okay? So that's what I do for my base, all right? Like I said, it's a 14-inch base. Okay, so then what I do is I take my mesh and I roll it, and then I roll it again down here, okay? And I do not cruffle it. I just roll, and roll them in nice and tight to each other, okay? And then I'm going to go ahead and put this down so you can see how I attach it to the frame. All right, so let's see if I can move some of these over so you can see a little better on what I'm doing here. Timber. Okay, so I cut this mesh. This is 10-inch mesh. I cut it in 25-inch pieces. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm just going to go ahead and stick it in the outer layer first. Okay, just stick it there, and I keep the part that's rolled up on the inside, so it's facing down. Let's go ahead and do another one here. Like I said, I just roll it, and then I roll it again. I'll kind of hold it with my chin, and I roll it again like so, and then they meet in the middle, so it looks like this. All right, so it just looks like two logs. And then I put it on the outside one. Again. All right, and we're gonna just do that. I'm gonna do that the whole way around. Again. Roll it. Ah, that one got loose on me. And then I roll it again. And that's how it should look. I'm going to go ahead and put this one on. Ouch. And let's do the next one. Like I said, I'm just going to do it the whole way for every single one of these. Now some of these, you know, start rolling up on their own, which is good. I just like them a little bit tighter. That's all. I'll go ahead and just keep going around. Now, I don't know if there's a method for this, because it's not really, I'm not really doing any poofs. I'm not crumpling. I'm just rolling it up. So I don't know if there's truly a name for this method, or if we need to come up with a name for the method. But I have found that these aren't too poofy and not as thin as a pancake. So it's a kind of a, it's a nice little happy medium, I guess you should say. So when you roll in the ends like this, it keeps it from fraying so much, because then there's not really any play with your ends, so you won't get really any fraying, little to no fraying I should say. You might get a little bit, but it would be more on the inside of the ruffle than anything. Okay. Again, I take this and I put it down. I put that part down. Keep going. So of course we're going to have more than your typical 16 to 18 ties. I believe this one only has, this one has 21, I believe is what I counted. But we're not going to put ribbon in all 21. Hi, Miss Melissa, how are you? Okay, so we're not going to put ribbon in all 21 because the ones that are here in the center, I will not be putting ribbons in. But I'm finding this method is, like I said, it's not as thin as a pancake, but it's not as big as the poof. And I cut these at 25 inches. So you need a little over, I think it's a little over 1 roll of the 10-inch mesh for this. Alright, so now I got the outside done. We're going to go ahead and do the very inside. And if your rolls aren't exactly the same, it's not a big deal. That's what makes, you know, this stuff special, because it's homemade, handmade, and not machine made. So everything is not perfect. Okay. So we're just going to keep on rolling. And those of you who are on, if you would please share my video here so we can have some more friends come hang out and join us. That would be great. Alright, so we're just going to keep on going. I need to empty my garbage can. I emptied a lot of ribbon reels last couple days. Ribbon rolls. So I was playing with, I pick up my little great niece on Mondays, and we played today. She played outside a little bit. She caught an ant and made it her friend. How many friends, Melissa? As many as you have. So anyway, we played. We had a good time. She made herself an ant as a pet, and she played with it. We put it in a cup. She played with it for a little bit, and then she decided she was done. She was done with that pet. She had the zoomies today. She was running, telling me, watch how fast I can run. She can run fast. She's a fast little stinker. Hey, go for it. I'll take it. Hey, invite your 4,000 friends. That would be great. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Hi, Julie. How are you? How are you feeling? All right, so I'm just going to keep rolling this up. Yeah, I braided my great niece's hair yesterday. And she didn't allow her mummy to take it out. She loved it so much. She wanted to show everybody at school today. And it stayed in. I mean, she had to put a couple barrettes in it for the crazy hairs, but it stayed in. And I asked her if she wanted me to fix it, and she said no, because I was going to give her 2 braids. Good to hear, Julie. Julie, we're doing well. Thank you for asking. I'm glad you're doing much better. Yeah, so I wanted to give her 2 braids, one down each side, but she didn't want to. But she wanted me to change her earrings. She wanted her new dolphin earrings in her ears. So we put those in. Okay, so as you can see, so far, now we haven't done the middle rows yet. As you can see, it's pretty thin. It's not real big. It's not real fluffy, but you can still see it's sparse. Okay, so what I'm going to do is put the rest of these in. So if there's truly no name for this method, as you know, everybody has a method. If there's truly no name for this method, we'll have to come up with a name for it. So then everybody will know this is the method that, you know, what the method is. So we'll have to think of something. Okay, so as you see, that fills in the hole nicely. Now these ones, I'm not putting any ribbon in, so I cut these ones off because I don't put any ribbon in those ones. All right. So let's go to the next one here. And they're the same length as all the other ones. They're 25-inch. So they're the same length. Like I said, we're going to roll these ones up. And this is when having a double chin really comes into value here. Because you can talk with one chin and hold with the other chin. Barb's rolls. You like that, Melissa? I don't know. We'll have to take up a vote. I mean, I guess there was what's that one called? The woodland cruffle. I can't remember the name of that one. Woodland ruffle, maybe. I can't remember. Yeah, Barb's got lots of rolls, Melissa, especially under her chin. I got lots of chins to hold up my... Like I said, I can talk with one and hold the roll with the other. Alright, here's another one. So like I said, I put this in the center too of the wreath frame there. And it's a 14-inch frame from the Dollar Tree. And then I added the pipe cleaners / Chanel stems. Okay, and then you kind of want these ones to go towards the inside, and then these ones can kind of stick up or go wherever they want. And then the outside ones, you want them to point outside. So then these ones stick up, and the center ones stick up. The inside ones come towards the inside, and the outside ones go towards the outside. See, this is the nice thing, whatever you got mesh that likes to curl up on its own towards the end of the roll. Because then you don't have to put as much effort into it. Alright. should be one more buried in there. There it is. That should be my last one. And I cut a lot of this ahead of time to save on, you know, time. Because, you know, who wants to watch paint dry, right? Tiffany's Woodland Ridge Designs Ruffle. Is that what that one's called? Wow, that's a long name. That's a long name. I want something simple that somebody can remember. Like you said, Barb's rolls, Barb rolls, or whatever. But then everybody's going to think about my chin rolls and not our regular rolls that we should be thinking about. Okay, I just want to make sure they're all facing where they're supposed to face and what they're supposed to do. All right, so here we go. That's what your base looks like. Like I said, it's not as thin as a pancake, but not as puffy as like the poof method. So it's not real poofy, but it's not real thin. You did all day, Melissa. So that's that one. All right, so then I'm going to go ahead and I cut my ribbons ahead of time for the tails. So I have these for the tails. Pilgrim has. That sounds cool, Melissa. And then I have these ones. And then I have these ribbons, this nice bark. And then I have this gray. All right. So those are our ribbons for our ribbon tails. We're going to be doing every other one. And if you were wondering what we were using them for, it is this nice welcome sign. So see, there's a little brown and everything in there. So I think it'll look real nice on there because the brown pulls out the brown and the blacks will pull out the black and the gray, etc. All right. So this is just a nice little welcome sign, welcome wreath for your front door that you can leave out all year round. Okay, so I'm putting the gray and the bark together. Okay, just put them together. And then, like I said, we're going to do every other one. Okay, so there's our first ones on there. And then we'll go ahead, I'm going to go ahead and put this one on next. I'm starting on the outsides. Now remember, I'm not going to put any ribbon on the middle ones that I put in. Okay, because there's really no use for them. It would just, I think, be overpowering for sure. Too much. So we finally got our garage done. They finally came and finished it. Well, put it up. We've only been waiting since October for them to come do it. But with the weather, they didn't work in the winter. So they finally came and we got the garage up. So now all their tools and everything else is coming out of my basement. And I'm taking over. Now it is my she area. I'm no longer contained to 2 bedrooms in the basement and a little bit outside of the bedrooms. I am now taking it all over. I have overthrown the men in this house. Girls rule, boys drool, right? Isn't that what the kids say? Well, they used to say, girls rule, boys drool. Okay, so like I said, I'm just folding these in half, making them fly. And then putting them in. A few twists. Fan them out. So what other projects is everybody working on? Melissa's been painting pilgrim hats. What else is everybody else working on? Anybody else have some fun projects they're working on? I know spring's here. Everybody getting ready to plant gardens or flowers. Get ready to plant flowers. I've seen a lot of people having their gardens all rototilled around here and ready to go. I switched from big gardens like that to, I had my son build me boxes. So it's easier for me to keep them weeded. I don't have to worry about weeding the long rows or anything. I just have some boxes. And I did really well with them last year. My peppers grew really well. My tomatoes grew really, really well. So, and my little great nieces are going to be with me over the summer, so we're going to plant. The one has already picked out some vegetables she wants me to plant, so we're going to plant some of those, and we're going to do all kinds of things. We're going to do bike riding and hiking, and got all kinds of little plans to do. Oh, this goes the wrong way. But I told their mom, no dresses. No dresses. Be going berry picking and all that in the woods, and they gotta have pants on. I mean, I'll spray them down with bug spray because it ticks, but we gotta have pants. Okay, we're gonna keep going around. Now, since I'm actually gonna end up with 2, as you can see here, I'm gonna end up with 2 together. So what I usually do is I leave that one blank, and that's where I'm going to choose to put my bow. Okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and move up to the next row. So the boys got their dirt bikes all tuned up, ready to go. Last few weeks it's been nice out. They've been riding their dirt bikes, so that's pretty much what I'll hear all summer. And now they all have the same dirt bikes. The neighborhood kids, my kids, my daughter's fiance, they all have the same exact dirt bikes. Well, they're pit bikes. And they built a dirt bike track last summer in my field. So that's what they do. They all ride at my house. That's all you hear is bam, 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 bam. Dirt bikes, dirt bikes, dirt bikes. And we had one boy who just didn't want to wear a helmet. So we told his parents, well, we told him, my husband did, if you don't wear a helmet, you can't ride on the track. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Gotta wear a helmet. I think I cut too many. I already have extras. Be this one and that one. Okay. Yep. I had one extra. One extra. And that's the one I skipped. That's alright. We'll use them in another wreath, I'm sure. Alright, we got one more to do here. Go ahead and put our sign on and make our bow. So I cut these ribbon tails at 14 inches. So the mesh is cut in 25 inches. And the ribbon tails are at 14 inches. I used 4 different kinds of ribbons in the ribbon tails. And I had 21 rolls. Not your standard. I didn't use your standard like formula. Okay? No standard formula. Alright, so I got these ones left over. So that's okay. So here we go. Here's this one now. Alright. Now let's go put this on. Now like I said, I have that one where I was going to have that one spot, ouch, where I was going to have that double, which was right here. So we're going to put the sign here, and then I'm going to put, or more up here a little bit, and I'm going to put my bow here to cover this one up. So let's go ahead and feed this through, kind of where I want it at. Okay. What I do is I just kind of put them down through, kind of where we're going to place them. And then I feed them through afterwards. Or not feed them, tie them. Alright. Let's see. And you want to get through your mesh. So I usually come up here. And it's kind of nice because you can just spread those where the rolls meet in the bottom. And I just spread them apart. And then I feed pipe cleaner down through that. Like so. So let's get this first one tacked in so we don't have a slip, slide, and slide sign around here. Okay. And this one's going to go this way. Alright. So let's get this one on. And I just wrap it around the base, which I'm sure all you know to do. Hi, Brianna. That's my girly girls. Caroline loves it. Tell Caroline thank you. Alright, let's do the next one. Like I said, you want to feed it through the mesh But I'm not going to tie this one. I want to tie this one next. Okay, but let's get this. You don't want to see those poking out either. All right, so let's go back over here to this one. You kind of want them as even as you can get them in the wreath itself. Alright, so let's see. Go through here. And I like to poke out the ribbon out the side of it, like so you can see it, and out the top. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and put this one in. Now I don't put them in completely final until I know that that's where I want the sign. Okay? Because if not, then you got a lot of unwrapping to do if it's not where you wanted the sign. So this needs to come up a smidge. Tuck that down in. Alright, we're going to tuck this in. Do, 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 do. Okay, so let's tie this one in now. I got it through. We're going to tie this one in. I'm going to kind of spread this one out a little bit more because it seems like it's so squished. Let's just do that with it. And this one goes here. Alright, so let's put the bow in. Oh wait, I think I got one more to tie. Yeah, I got one more to tie. It's right here. Last but not least, right. Okay. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and make the bow. Get that put in there. So I'm only going to do one bow in it. For the bow, I'm going to use this ribbon here as the bottom ribbon. Oh, as I dropped it. Use that as my bottom ribbon. I'm going to take two pipe cleaners or chenille stems, whatever you like to call them, and I'm going to twist them together for my bow. Do that first before we start all the complex stuff. Okay. So this is going to be the very bottom of the bow. So I'm going to make it about 6 inches wide on each side. So each loop on this bottom is going to be 6 inches. I'm going to put a couple loops in here. This is really nice ribbon. I like this ribbon. Very nice. And you see it was spliced, but it's actually going to work out because it's right in the center of the bow. So you will not be able to see that they spliced the ribbon. Alright, so I got 3 on the bottom here. So 3 on each side. Thanks, Lisa. You too. Okay, so our next one I'm going to do is this black. I use this also in the ribbon tails, but we're going to throw a few of these in there. So these next loops is about 5 inches. Hey Beth, how are you? Alright, so that's, I'm going to do 3 loops of this one also. Alright, got that one on. And I'm going to put a couple loops of this gray in. Probably 2. Of each side. I'm doing well, Beth. Thank you for asking. Doing well. Glad that the nice weather's here so we can finally do things outside again. I become quite the lazy hermit in the winter. Too cold. Kids are older now. I don't have to go play with them in the snow anymore. Alright, and we're going to put this one on the top. Okay, that's it. Fork pit. Got it. Alright, so let's get this together here. Put our chenille stem in there. Now what I usually do is just hold it up with both fingers. Pull it pretty tight. And then I twist it. And it's easier to twist the bow than it is to sit there and twist, twist, twist away. Oh, that's good, Beth. Congratulations, hon. Then it's time to be an adult. My kids that are all graduated and that don't like the adulting part of life. They don't like to adult. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this here. Now I tend to put it a little tight because it stretch. I feel that the pipe cleaners sometimes stretch a little bit and then the bow becomes loose and then you have to retighten it. So I kind of make it pretty tight to begin with in hoping that the bow does not come loose down the road for the customer. Alright, we're just going to fluff her out here. Once I'm done fluffing it, I will put my ribbon tails together here. do our ribbon tails. This guy, I don't want to stay where I want them. So, we won't fight him, we'll just let him do his thing there. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut our tails. I'm going to dovetail these. Here we go. Alright, we are all done. She's all printed up. Here, let me lift this up so you can see it better. No, Beth, she hasn't texted me yet. There we go. There it is. So you can see how using the different colors pops out all the different colors in the actual sign itself. You know, the browns, the whites, and the blacks and the grays, how they all pop out by using the general colors in the sign. Alright guys, so if you're interested, I do have the supplies, the sign, the mesh, all the ribbons except for this one I have. And of course you'll have to get your base at the Dollar Tree because that's where I got mine. But everything else is available at barbscountrycreations.com. Okay, if you have any questions on how to do the wreath or measurements or anything, please feel free to comment or send me a message and I will get back to you and let you know and answer your questions as soon as I can. Alright guys, it'll be on the Etsy page probably by tomorrow. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.